Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarians' evidence to the Council.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
Who is she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
I tried to warn you about Saren and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region, keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
Every time humanity asks for help, you ignore us.
Shepard's right. I'm sick of this council and its anti-human bull...
Ambassador, there is another solution. A way to stop Saren that does not require fleets or armies.
No! It's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the Ambassador gets his human Spectre. Everybody's happy.
Commander Shepard, step forward. It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
Bastard didn't even thank you.
What do you expect from a politician? Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I'd heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Just show me what you got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
When I first arrived on the Citadel, I spent nearly 3 hours being questioned by the officers here before they would let me enter the wards.
Every time I visit the Citadel, C-Sec brings me here for a friendly chat.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
This isn't right. The Normandy belongs to you.
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectre.
What happened?
I failed. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have it. Saren's gone.
We had reports.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bring...
We have one... We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the...
It's your decision, Commander.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll try not to make things any harder.
Glad to hear it, Commander.
Yes, Commander?
How are you holding up?
But you're the one who can stop Saren. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans... Might not be easy finding Dr. T'Soni. Watch your back there, Shepard.
I want to...
The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick.
I'm guessing...
Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
Sounds like overkill to me.
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated. Mission accomplished. And Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Don't blame yourself.
I don't. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad.
The only thing I care about is stopping.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in them. I'll be here if you need me.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna...
Everyone on this intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. Not...
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
Fancy speeches won't stop Saren from finding the conduit. If we really want to make the captain proud, we better get this bird in the air.
Yes, ma'am.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Speak freely, Presley.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems.
Some people think asking for help
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry.
How did you...
Of course, the only reason I got my officer's commission at... Yes, ma'am.
Engaging target.
Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
I'll follow.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Looks like these men were under Admiral Cahoon's command. Looking up what happened.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
no-go. They have height and cover.
Think we're good, Commander? All clear. It looks like the settlement formed around the ruin after it was built. Hostile contact!
Hello? Could somebody help me? Please? Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Liara T'Soni, I presume?
Thank the goddess. I did not think anyone would come looking for me. Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right? I may be Benezia's... When I turned it on, I must have hit some... What? I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. It's a Prothean barrier curtain. I knew it would... When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was...
Any suggestions?
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. That's the tricky... Be careful. did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Of course. Yes, that makes sense. Please, get me out of here before more Geth arrive. That button over there should shut down this containment field.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think... I still cannot believe
Saren's looking...
The conduit.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister!
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
There a reason you're in my way?
The same reason you're here. The Asari. Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
We don't have time to deal with this idiot. Charge!
I like your attitude.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
It's a coping mechanism. You'll get used to it.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back
What did
there.
Saren want with you?
Only that it was somehow connected.
Damn!
That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. But here is the incredible part. But I know I'm right. And then, like all the other forgotten the Reaper. But I am amazed.
This isn't helping us find
Of course, you're right. I am sorry,
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team,
Thank you,
Leon.
Commander.
When was the last time you ate?
Still, it could not hurt to be examined by
We can talk again after
Mission
you've seen
reports
the
are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Don't
Aye, aye.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I, pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
How's the Normandy performing?
She's the best. Balance is... The Normandy's probably too much ship. You, top of my class in flight school, I earned that.
What are you talking about?
You mean... Okay, I've got... Even with put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up. Yeah. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first... I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship.
I'm not trying to make
whatever you want. It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the they'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was...
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
Commander, do you have a minute?
I always make time.
Off the record? This Saren is looking for records. Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe it.
I hear you. It's funny, we finally get it, and the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Well, well. You're a romantic.
I'm not... Sorry if I got... There are worse results of accidental exposure.
Seems like you beat
the next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero. It was a sterile research. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then.
You know of any...
It was I'm not saying they Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff.
We have to depend on each other in combat.
I understand. You, make a habit of getting this personal with him?
No, I don't.
But...
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How well do you know the lieutenant?
Tends to keep to himself, though. Well, most by severe mental disabilities, but humanity need. But there's something special about work. Goodbye, Commander.
Commander, are you... Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to...
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander. I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander.
I'm just glad we got...
I know, but I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help. It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you. Although we seek to... we still require a partner to We then pass these traits. Every relationship is different. Some others can be more long-term. Sometimes she rarely spoke.
I thought you were...
Think union with our own Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both... I am what is sometimes called a... It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too...
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't.
You might be right. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the... And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. Maybe she thought allying herself with... None of this makes any sense to me. I am afraid I am... You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating.
Sounds like you...
What? I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara.
Joking. Now you know. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Shepard, go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same.
So, and I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it
I
is.
don't expect you to understand. You're ignorant. As for the the genophage infected us. We're too so we leave. Hire our... Every Krogan is... It's just who we are, Shepard. Shepard.
Commander? Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us.
Yeah. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
That's between you and her.
Scuttlebutt says otherwise. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. Not sure I buy Dr. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life?
I don't think she's used to teasing. Good nature.
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they... Sure, I was hoping to get a minute of your time.
I'd keep an open door
With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
They may not serve the Alliance.
This is the most... engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust the Alliance?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races... We... humanity. I mean, have to learn to rely on
Standing up for ourselves.
I don't think... As noble as the Council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
I don't see that as inevitable.
If you're fighting a bear, and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run... It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
These seem like...
I guess we just tend to think of Earths. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Anyway, that's why I haven't... Is that why you're out
I saw a
here?
lot of people die.
Amen to that. Is that why you're out here? Yeah. When we... Then my drill instructor kicked... Yeah. Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there. Kicking ass.
All right.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss
I don't
a
think
Turian?
kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander. Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and...
Not everyone has a...
No. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they left... Ma'am.
Commander, I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, Spectres make their own. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantage.
Exactly. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, but CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and proceed. There's more. It didn't start. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I hope you made the right choice.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get either way. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering...
I wasn't trying to. Commander.
Why did you want to be a...
He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same. Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. I could have received special training. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability.
I suppose I can understand...
You can, but Saren's not gonna... If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Well, as
Why should I pay you?
My stuff... Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods.
What are licenses?
Many of the best licenses are hard to... There are too many for me to keep track of. But each... And check back often. I need to move items... You bet, Commander. Looking for supplies?
What are licenses?
Many of the best licenses are hard to get.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander. Looking for supplies?
Not right now,
No problem. Keep checking back.
Hey, Commander, you know
I'll
that...
tell her to leave you alone.
What? No. She's got a real knack for technology, that.
I figured she'd be a
You've
real...
got an eye for talent, Commander. But so eventually the sinks have. Most vessels rely on sensors can pick up our location. My last assignment was on the Tokyo. She's the best ship up. Proportionally, it's about twice. Aye, aye, Commander.
Your ship. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful.
The Normandy's prototype. Cutting
a month ago. I have to thank you again for bringing me along.
I had no idea you found shit.
But some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our
I
original...
can't believe your fleet still uses...
We've tried, but some things we just can't... Unfortunately...
What kind of...
In extreme case...
That...
Fortunate... It's a safeguard that served us... All I... This wasn't true. But one thing we underestimate. Many of the Geth's logics... No. But when they're in close proximity...
That doesn't make sense.
As you can imagine, a general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems.
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy...
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines. The war was... We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond...
It's hard to feel sorry for you.
We made a mistake. If we had... Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? They're the enemy. They want to destroy... This is presented as a gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on it. Virtually every... Like what? See you later.